Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Haiti and I'm a UC Berkeley undergrad student. Is that better? Yeah, okay. I'm a UC Berkeley student and I know it's been a while since I filmed my last video, but I thought I'd do a Q&A answering just some questions that you guys may have. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking down on my phone at the questions. Let's get into it. Okay, first question. Is it hard to make friends at UC Berkeley? So I wouldn't say it's hard for me at least, but I know that it's different for students that are driving to campus. Oh my God, I can't even think of the word. Commuting to campus. I live on the dorms. I still live in the dorms. So last year I lived in Stern Hall. This year I'm also living at Stern Hall, and next year, I plan on living at an on-campus apartment with my best friends. But I actually met them at GBO. So if you don't know what GBO is like, it's called Golden Bear Orientation. And it's basically a week of activities for freshman students where you get to meet other students, go do fun activities. I remember doing silent karaoke that week. It's fun. But that's where I met my best friends. And it felt easy actually. Just, everybody's feeling anxious. Some people feel lonely, homesick, all those things, nervous, excitement. So just like talking to people that also feel that way, it feels a little bit better. And I don't think it was that hard. I just, I talked to my best friend about Safeway, and that was how we became best friends. And then my other best friend, I literally talked to her about my favorite artist at the time, Bad Bunny. Low key still is, but I'm a Drake girl right now. But just talking to them about silly things like that, and those icebreakers are really helpful in making new friends. And then also in class, I have some really great friends that I met in my first week of classes, just asking them for their Instagram or for their phone number. And then after maybe studying together a few times, I was like, oh, let's go grab a cup of coffee after this. Let's go get something to eat. You make friends all the time. How to make friends. Okay, this question is kind of like the other question, but like I mentioned, just don't be afraid to put yourself out there and, get to know people. Be open-minded to different people that you're going to be meeting. Not everybody that you meet is going to be somebody that stays in your life. I think it's important to remember that. You're going to meet so many new people and, pick and choose, I guess, who you want to spend your time with, and they're going to pick and choose as well. So just don't be afraid of being rejected or maybe, being put to the side sometimes, because that kind of just shows you like if you just don't vibe, then you don't vibe. And that's okay. That's totally fine. That's why there's like 1,000 other people that you can be talking to and that you can be friends with. So just be open, put yourself out there, ask people for their phone numbers, for their Instagram, stuff like that, just to kind of like break the ice. And then once you have that information, text them, be like, do you want to go get a cup of coffee? Do you want to study tonight for this chem final that we have in a week? Stuff like that. People are going to say yes. You're going to make friends. You'll be fine. How often do you go to San Francisco/Oakland? So, it really just depends. So this is kind of English. This is kind of going to deal with parties and stuff, but I don't really like going to frat parties just because I don't like the scene there. I think it's like to each their own. I just don't like it. I think it's a little like disgusting, nasty sometimes. Just not my vibe. So I like going to clubs in San Francisco. So sometimes I'll go, I don't know, maybe like two times a month, maybe less. It just really depends on like how I'm feeling that month. Or I'm not just going to San Francisco to go to clubs, like I'm going to San Francisco sometimes because I want to see Alcatraz, or I want to go to the pier, or I want to just have fun and go to the beach. I think we're gonna go to the beach for Valentine's Day. Or, I like going to just see the Golden Gate Bridge. It really just depends. And if you have family there, then you'll be going there more often. I mean, my roommate lives in San Francisco, so she goes like every weekend. But it just depends. Oakland, I will say I don't really go to Oakland as much, just because I know the area is kind of dangerous. So I kind of refrain from going to Oakland, but sometimes I'll go over there. I kind of go to Emeryville because they have an AMC there, and I love going to the movies. I just went like 2 weeks ago because I watched Anyone But You. It's a good movie. Unwritten. Like I was singing that song when I left the movie theaters. But I like to go out. So It just depends. Okay. How long does it take to get to campus? So I think I mentioned this, but I'm living in Stern again this year. And Stern is far from central campus, but it's very close to the STEM buildings. And I have a lot of my classes in the STEM buildings here. So I can wake up, I have like I have 8 a.m.s 3 times a week. I can wake up 7:30, 7:40. Like I'll push it. And I can still get to class on time. We usually start at Berkeley time, so 8:10. So it even gives me more time to get there. But I can wake up late and get to class. But if my classes are on Central Campus, I have an English class that I'm taking at Wheeler Hall. And I actually work at one of the buildings. It's called the SLC here. It's like the tutoring center. That's in Central Campus. It takes me a little longer to get over there because I live all the way up the hill. So it usually takes me about 10 to 15 minutes, I want to say. 15 minutes if I'm really tired and I'm walking super slow. 12 minutes is my usual like average pace. Okay. How do you get around once the sun sets? I'm not really sure what this question is asking. Like, what does that mean? Do I go out when the sun sets? Okay. So some days I'm usually out of my house from like 8 a.m. out of my dorm from 8 a.m. to I want to say maybe 6 I get back. It really just depends. So I don't really like mind it getting dark. I mean, I have a flashlight. Sometimes if it's like really dark, I guess I'll take my flashlight. There's like lights on campus and you have the emergency phones if you feel unsafe. But I get around pretty well in campus, like especially as a second year, I feel like I know my way around now. I know the routes, so I don't feel like lost or anything. And I love going to the gym down campus in Central Campus. It's called RSF. It's like a huge gym. And I love going there. So I spend 2 hours there. So that's probably why like I come later in the day. Because usually Tuesdays and Thursdays I finish class like around 1. Then I work and then I go to the gym and then I come back up here. Then I do homework. And then Mondays and Fridays are like my more chill days. Really just depends what I'm doing those days. But I start class later, like 10, 11, and then I finish late in the day because my English class is from 3:30 to 5. So just depends. But just because it's light out, like sunset, like normal for me. What are your thoughts on summer classes? So I actually have never taken it is so windy here. Sorry if you can hear like the windows rattling. I've never taken a summer class here. I've actually been debating it because I wanted to see if I could take a Bio 1B class that I have to take. I'm a pre-med. I'm on the pre-med track. No, I'm a pre-med. Anyways, so I actually want to take that class during the summer. I have yet to talk to my advisor about it because I know that some med schools don't necessarily like it if you take those like really important classes at a community college. I don't know why, but I'm gonna see. I'll update you guys if you guys want to know that. So I don't really have a lot of information on summer classes. I can ask. Some of my friends have done it, but not really sure. Is it hard to get into classes? So this is a really good question. It really just depends on your enrollment time and date. So on enrollment days, you have a specified date where you can start up, like not applying, but put classes in your shopping cart is the best way I can say it. Yeah, like you just want a class, so you're gonna enroll. Thank you. Where you can enroll in classes. I've been so lucky. I've usually gotten my enrollment time like during the first few hours when they open. So I've been able to get all the classes. Excuse me. I've been able to get all the classes that I need, but it really just depends on what kind of classes you're trying to enroll in. So for STEM classes, of course, it's going to be a lot harder because, they're STEM classes. A lot of more people are trying to get into those classes, especially the labs, I feel like. They fill up a lot quicker because they're smaller. So it really just depends. But I know that some history classes, English classes, stuff like that, they're a little easier to get into depending on like how big the class is. A lot of factors that come into play. But my biggest suggestion to you is the day before, a few days before, the week before actually, your enrollment day, you should have already checked like what classes you're going to want to take next semester. kind of plan it out, have different backups, different schedules that you are thinking of, so that when the day comes, you have backups and backups in case, plan A fails. You have plan B, plan C, plan D, etc. Stuff like that. And don't fret about not getting a class. Like, you will be able to take that class, whether it's like in the next semester or the following. It's fine. Take a deep breath. I've been there. Like, I had one time where I think I had a really bad enrollment like day, and I literally had a breakdown because I had only had one plan, and when that plan went to shit, like, I didn't have any other plans. So just have plans so that you don't go through what I did, not like freaking out. But you will be able to get your classes and your courses, and you're gonna be fine. Take a deep breath, okay? Okay, I'm looking at under other questions. Okay, let me keep checking. Applying to Berkeley. So my application process to Berkeley, was the UC Insight questions. Is that what they're called? I kind of forgot. I'm sorry. It's been a minute. But it was just those questions. Then I was asked for a recommendation letter, I believe, and then I remember sending that in. And then I got accepted. I do want to say that I feel like my UC Insight prompt, like, questions, I feel like my writing was strong, and maybe that helped into like one of the factors. I was also a really good student. I had all A's, 4.0. Everybody's different, I do want to say, so don't like think that this is like, oh, this is what's gonna get me into Berkeley. Like, it's not like that. And then finally choosing Berkeley was a different process. I had originally thought that I wanted to go to New York. Now I'm like, I could not have done but my original like thought process was like, oh, I want to go to a school in New York. I got accepted into one over there. I went to go visit it, and I did not like it. So I really recommend visiting the college university that you want to go to, and then kind of like analyze that feeling. Do you really want to go there now? Like, it's a feeling you get. I know a lot of people say that it's cliche, but it really is a feeling that you feel. And then once you get that feeling, you're like, yeah, it's meant to be or it's not. And that's kind of how I felt when I came to visit Berkeley. I just knew, like, this is it. This is my school that I want to go to. Um, Time management. Such a good question. Time management is so important. So I'm the type of person that likes to plan my day. So I'll be thinking about what I have to do tomorrow, and I'm like living here, like right now in the present. It's bad. I know it's bad for you. It's just like what works for me, especially during the week when I have such like different busy schedules. I just like planning helps me feel more in control of myself. So time management, I really just think that it's all about planning and kind of thinking about what you need to accomplish that day, and then working through all those things. So for me, I know that my Mondays and my Fridays are my least busy days, and I have Saturdays and Sundays to catch up. I know that during the week I'm busy because I have school, I have classes, school, I have work, I want to go to the gym, so I have things I need to do. Like, take care of myself, making sure I'm going to sleep at a decent time. I swear I don't go to sleep at like 1 a.m. every night. I try to go to sleep at 11 because I have 8 a.m. classes. So just knowing that I have a busy schedule during the week, I'll do more things on Saturdays and Sundays to catch up, so that during the week I'm not really feeling stressed out about assignments. That's what works for me. I know it's different for everybody, but I do think that time management is all about just planning ahead and thinking about things that trying to like prioritize or certain things. So if I know I have an English assignment due on Friday, then I'll try to like start it earlier during the week, so I'm not as stressed out about it on Thursday night, stuff like that. And I do think as well that sometimes just remember that you won't get everything you wanted to do that day done that day, and that's okay. It's totally fine. Things happen. Maybe you went to go out to eat. Maybe you took a nap. Hey, you needed that nap. Like, you need to rest as well. And do not feel guilty for taking a break or for giving yourself time to relax. That has happened to me, And I've literally had to call my mom and be like, should I take a break right now? And she's like, you've literally been like up since 8 a.m. and you just got home. Like, you've been doing school like the entire day. Yeah, go take a break. Sometimes you need somebody to like give you a reality check, you know? Take a break. Be like, give yourself time to relax. You need to, if your brain is not well rested and ready to go, then how do you expect yourself to be able to complete a bunch of like chemistry problems and stuff like that, you know? Make sure your mental health is prioritized and that you're doing things that are also fun during the weekends and maybe during the week, catch up, have lunch with your friends, because those little breaks where you're like talking about things that aren't related to school or work or anything like that are really going to feed your soul. Coming from my experience as a workaholic. And that's like, I'm like that. So I completely understand. Okay. Best place to buy stuff. We're talking groceries. My go-to is Trader Joe's. Like, it was not my go-to back home. My go-to was Ralph's and Target. I live in LA. And here it's Trader Joe's. Like, what have I turned into? But I love Trader Joe's because like it's just like I always find things in there. I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. Like this looks amazing. And then I end up buying it. Is it good for my wallet? No, but I go to Trader Joe's. I also like going to Target. I don't like going, people that live in Berkeley will know what I'm talking about. I don't like going to the Target, the small one that I forgot the street, but it's like near the BART. I don't like going to that Target because it's so tiny. There's a bunch of people in there. I feel like they never have anything you need because like duh, all the students are going there. So what I'll do is I'll go to the bigger Target. There's one on University Avenue. So much bigger, a lot nicer, I think, in size wise. And just like it's not as busy. So I'll just take the 52 or the 51B. Those are buses here. And yeah, that's where I buy my stuff. Okay, how to stay motivated. Another great question. So I think this semester, just coming from the new year, I just told myself that I was going to finish the rest of this year strong, especially after last semester. I feel like that was really challenging for me. So just, I think having a goal to look forward to and kind of maybe having your friends help you with that and, push yourself. My best friends are always the ones pushing me and they're like, oh my God, like you can't be negative, you need to think positively, like you're gonna do great. So just having a really good support system is important. And my parents as well, my family, always telling me that I got this and that I can do it. So if you don't have that support system, be your own support system. Like have your back, bro. Like you got this. You can do it. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. So stay motivated, be positive. Know that if you're not going to do it for yourself, nobody else is going to do it for you. I think that's like the biggest thing for me. That's how I stay motivated. I'm like, if I'm not motivated, then who's going to get shit done? Nobody. Nobody. So I got to do it. I got to be the one to put my big girl pants on and, get stuff done. Also on the weekends, I know it's hard, but what I'll tell myself is, oh, if I'm going out Friday night, Saturday, I'm working, I'm doing stuff, I'm catching up on work. Saturday and Sunday are work days now. So, plan that day of fun, have fun, go out, do your thing, but make sure that after you have like a few days or like a day where you're just like, fully concentrated, lock in, bro, and get your stuff done. That's how I stay motivated. How to not be afraid to ask for help. Such a good question. So last semester was really hard for me, like I mentioned. I took Chem 3A, first part of organic chemistry, and I took Physics 8A, first part of physics, I guess, introduction to physics. The combination was literally lethal. It was really bad. I was struggling super hard. I low-key, we're not gonna talk about it, but my GPA took a little nosedive. And what I learned from that experience was that I need to advocate and ask for help sooner than I kind of waited till the last minute, I guess, when I was like really struggling to realize that I needed to hire like a personal tutor or that I actually needed like one-on-one help by myself. I mean, I go to the SLC, that's the tutoring services campuses. That made no sense. That's a tutoring service on campus here. They have math, physics, economics, the writing program, which is where I work at. So just different things, but I would go there and I would get help. But sometimes, especially like during midterm season, it gets so busy and packed that the tutor's there and not able to, like, it's not the same as working one-on-one with somebody or going to office hours as well. Like, especially during those times, it's going to be more busy. So just noticing that I needed that one-on-one help earlier would have done me so much good beforehand, before like I waited until like I was falling down, I guess, before I tried to put myself back up. And then by then it was too late. So I did not fail these classes. I just want to put that out there. But I didn't, I passed them, but not the grade that I would have wanted to pass them with. So just stuff like that. And learn to advocate for yourself, because if you don't do it, like I mentioned with the motivation thing, then nobody else is going to be able to help you. Don't lie to yourself. If you see that you're struggling, then kind of take it seriously, take it into account and say, okay, I'm struggling. What can I do to help myself before it's too late? So this semester with chemistry, I'm taking chemistry 3B and physics 8B, the second parts of both courses. And I know that last semester I struggled with them, in part due to my professors, in part due to me not advocating for myself. And then this semester I told myself, okay, I'm going to be an academic weapon. I'm going to help myself more. So now after lecture, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays for both courses, I'll come back and I'll review the material for like an hour, make sure I understand it. If I have questions, I'll go to tutoring and I'll ask. And if I see that I do need a personal private tutor, then I'll get one this semester. Stuff like that. Like, learn to be responsible for yourself, take accountability, and you're gonna be fine. Okay. you know take it easy. Just do not be afraid to help yourself. Biggest recommendation. I think those are going to be all the questions for today's video. If you guys want a part 2 of this Q&A, please do not hesitate to let me know. I would really love to answer any more questions. I'm sorry it took so long to post this video. I didn't really have motivation. And then I got busy with school. And then I was like, I kind of forgot about it, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm back again and I want to do more videos for you guys. If you want to do, let me know what types of videos you guys want me to see. I was thinking of doing a UC Berkeley day in the life video. It could be fun. I don't know. Suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed. Please give it a like. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. Okay, bye.